only take flack when you're over the target. If you're in a bombing run and you're trying to bomb the enemy, and you're trying to say, I wonder where the enemy is. Are we in the right place? As soon as you start seeing flak, anti-aircraft artillery, you're over the target. They'll let you know. Okay? And they only tell you you're crazy when you deal with a subject that has meaning. If you went on and you said, Elvis is alive, Elvis is here, Elvis, they'd say, It bothers me that we haven't received enough information regarding, or enough blowback from people who have suggested that there's something to be said for UFOs and the like. See, I thought for sure people would say, whoa, these people are really making progress. We have to shut them down. They haven't done that yet. So that means either they don't think it's that interesting or it's premature. But that will happen too. For those ufologists out there, pretty soon you'll be thrown into that mess. But now you're considered quirky and not a threat. Okay? The moment you start hitting pay dirt, the moment you start getting near, that's when things happen. That's what happens. Anyway. So, chapter 1, conspiracy theories. I feel it's important to say this, and I feel it's necessary, and I'm going to do it. And if you've heard this before, please listen anyway, because you might hear something you never heard before. I love words. I'm a logophile, a logodaedalus. I like new words, but I like also going back and reading definitions of a word that I thought I knew, especially gradations of words. Like if I told you the difference between dislike, hate, abhor, detest, revile, it's like, wow. Little fine tunings, basically the same idea, but one different than the other. Some more serious, some more, inconsequential. That's what this is. So never feel like you should always go back and relearn something that you thought you knew, because you'll always find out something new. So let's talk about the word conspiracy theorist. First, you must understand, and you must also ask, well, what's the basis from an epistemological point of view? What do I know about this? How do you know what we know? One of my favorite things. How do you know? You say you know things. They say if you go swimming too soon after you eat, you'll get cramps and sink to the water and die. You can't go swimming too soon after you've eaten. How do you know that? I don't know. Who said that? I don't know. Well, why do you say it? I don't know. That's what knowledge is. A lot of times we just say things. We don't really know why we say, and it goes on all the time. And people in the media who are the worst, the sock puppets, they know nothing. So, conspiracy theory. What does that mean? You'll hear it all the time. You'll hear somebody say, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I know this sounds like a conspiracy. I know this is a conspiracy, and they call it a conspiracy or conspiracy theorist. Wrong. It's the wrong term. What they mean to say is, I know this sounds crazy. I know I have a theory about some alternative version of something. I know I'm providing to you a kind of a theory about something that may or may not be based in fact. I know of something that you might think is either superstition or crazy. That's what people are saying. That's what people are saying. People are saying, you're saying something that's crazy, that's baseless, that doesn't have any foundation, that's a wives' tale, that's mythical, that's mythology. You got it? Good. That's what they mean. First, a conspiracy. The word is interesting. It means to do something with somebody else. The word conspiracy, from the Latin or versions of it, is conspirare, to breathe with. Respiration, suspiration. By the way, suspiration is these people who do that out there, these sighers, they drive me crazy. That's suspiration. Respiration, But a conspiracy means to breathe with, meaning an organization. An agreement, a confederation, a kind of a plan between two or more guilty people, meaning people who are planning to do something, not some cop thrown in there pretending to be a conspirator, but because the old days, some jurisdictions say you can't be charged with conspiracy if you're conspiring with a cop, because they're not going to do it. You need two guilty people. Anyway, Two or more guilty people conspiring. That's all it means. Working together, planning something. If Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, if Tyler Robinson acted alone, that's one thing. He's the sole agent. If he worked with, if he planned, if somebody aided, abetted, counseled, procured, hired, encouraged, now we get into this kind of this accomplice thing. And then sometimes when the accomplice gets a little bit more involved, you have a conspiracy where I'm planning. I call you up, hey, listen, I can get a load of, whatever this drug is, or listen, we can do something, listen, let's do this. And the moment I hang up or finish the offer, the conspiracy has been committed. Because in federal court in particular, you're charged with the crime and the conspiracy, which is kind of redundant. You're charged with killing somebody and planning to kill somebody with somebody else. It's the planning. That's a separate and distinct thing. That's the conspiracy. Conspiracy to commit. Conspiracy. So when you say, is this a conspiracy theory? That to me means, is this a theory or a hypothesis or some kind of argument that says that more than one person was involved in this? That's not what people mean. You don't care about how many people were involved in something. Conspiracy means more than one people. So now that I've belabored that point to the point of exhaustion, the word is wrong. So remember this, when somebody says, are you a conspiracy theorist? No, I haven't mentioned anything about the number of people involved in this. And people will look at you like, what the hell is he talking about? Or they might say, this guy...
Sorry,
oops.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
I know, I'm having a hard time hearing
that?
No, I'm not. This damn thing. I'm not talking to you. We live in a world of eavesdropping. Everywhere I'm being followed. Remember, just because I'm crazy... You know what? I've had enough of you. Just because I'm crazy...
Should I call him then?
No, but what's the matter with this thing? All of a sudden, out of nowhere. Just remember, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean no one's after me.